Last we left, we weren't playing Jade Punk, so let's put that away. Although White Jade will be out soon. I just finished it today. Where is... Aha! That's what I want. Because we are playing Atomic Robot. Alright. So, y'all were in the heart of Phobos, traveling inward and into the darker places and the bad places. And Ron, I believe you had just built something to protect yourself from the bad stuff.
Yeah, that was the. That is indeed what had happened last session.
All right.
Because whatever it is, it's scary.
And if it can scare a robot, you know it's bad.
No, it's bad.
All right, let's pull up Dice Stream because I forgot to do that.
We're not actually getting a refresh at this point, so we've got our existing
Correct.
number of fate points, right?
Existing number of fate points.
And stress is maintained.
Mm-hmm. Because we stopped right in the middle. All right, so you're around. There's a bunch of corpses and whatnot. You're in the labs. You've run into a lot. It's dark. It's scary. Some of you are more freaked out than others. All right, so now that you have this device that you've built that will hold off the dark energy, what are you doing? What is your plan? I mean, I guess you're still going deeper in, but I think you actually already did accomplish part of your goal, right? You got rid of the nanite bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sadly, yes.
I mean, you still have the civilization-ending virus in a vial, which...
Yeah, the case with doomsday devices is you always need to have a kind of backup. So having 2 or 3 of them is always better than only one.
You can't stop at just one. All right. So yeah, it's dark. There's weird noises going on in the background. Alarms aren't going off, but they should be. All sorts of things. It's dark. It's quiet. You all hear footsteps coming towards you down the hallway.
Okay.
Shit, they're all around. They're all around us.
Yeah, is there some kind of cover here?
It's a hallway. I mean, you've got a lab right behind you that you guys were at. So.
Okay.
I'm sure if you wanted to take cover in the lab, that's the thing. There's no real way out of the lab except the door. So.
Okay. If there are footsteps coming in our direction, well, let's meet them head on.
All
okay.
Right.
I'll go there.
All right. In the darkness, you see some humanoid shapes.
I shoot.
Okay.
I'll take a compel to shoot because vision's in the dark. I have no idea what these things are. I am freaked the fuck out. I am shooting. Them.
That's a solid compel. Okay. All right. So you hear a thank God, it's some humans. Just as you shoot.
Oh my, he's not.
So go ahead and roll just for effect. I just want to see how well you roll.
Okay, that's combat, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Average. I rolled a -4.
Okay. All right, so...
I'm laughing because the one time you actually hope to get that, 1 in 300 chance or whatever it is.
Yeah. All right. So, you don't actually hit the guy, but they start running away. Apparently, they're fairly terrified too, and firing back behind them. So they managed to hit. They managed to hit the only lights. They hit the emergency lights. So now it is complete darkness.
Yeah, good work, man.
So all you've got now are the flashlights you carry, and Paul, I imagine you've got some kind of glowy bits.
Yes. Eye lamps.
So that's it. So now you've got about maybe 5 feet of good visibility, and anything beyond that gets real fuzzy.
Glowy bits is how robots show their virility to robots of the opposing gender.
Well, it's all ground effects, right, in hydraulics. So.
Right.
Okay, could we agree upon one thing? Don't shoot at defenseless humans.
How do you know what they are? How do you know that they're defenseless? They could have shot at us, and then we'd be dead.
Is there air? You don't know.
It seems you're quite afraid of the dark. It makes you
Maybe
quite...
now they're just going to go and ambush us. We should have killed them.
Yeah. I think we should try to get out of here in one piece, and maybe their information could have helped us.
Maybe they could have shot us.
Okay, I'm going to try to help Argan here calm down. Let's see here. Try to help him clear one of his... What consequences do you have on you?
Visions in the dark.
Okay.
You'll just set it to a different wording so to denote that it's healing, but I still won't have the consequence.
Okay.
And that's a minor, or?
No, that's severe, which is why I'm
That's
playing it
severe.
this heavily.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
No, if it was minor, I would not be shooting at everything that I saw.
On the plus side, the end of this session should probably be a major milestone, so you could really start working that down now. But yeah, if you want to psychologize Adam?
Yeah.
You can do that.
I guess I'm going to have to roll an average because it's a science that I don't have explicitly spelled out.
Okay.
I just can't.
How are you doing it? Like walk me through your process.
Like, if they have a good rapport, maybe to kind of like butter me up first as a create advantage. Just saying.
That would work too, yeah.
You know, and then go for the science. You know, for kind of the setup knockout blow.
I'm sorry, this is the wrong group for this.
Yeah, but actually, I do feel for those humans you might possibly kill in the future. So maybe I could get a little bit more empathic with you. I have a good empathy and rapport, so I might find the right words to calm you at least a little bit more down. Well, see it that way. In the old days of Earth, we tend to not shoot first, but ask questions first. Actually, ask questions while we're shooting, but not shooting without any questions.
You're confusing me, man. You're confusing me.
That might exactly the point for creating this advantage. So let's see. Could I use empathy to create advantage, or use rapport to create advantage on this?
I think either one would work. Empathy would be you understanding him, whereas rapport would be you making yourself understood by him.
Okay. Well, guys who perform stupid acts. This is empathy. I understand that perfectly. Let's see. It's either way. It's a good skill. So I roll a +3, and this is only an average result. Yeah.
If you're trying to create an advantage, are you going to try and resist it all, Rob or Argon?
Why would I?
So then, yeah, that creates the advantage.
Okay.
Or at least a boost,
Yeah,
which,
that,
which
I
is
think,
effectively equivalent in this case.
So yeah, let's call it open for more rational suggestions.
So I'm just sitting here trying to process what Sirius is saying, and you kind of sense that this might be the opportune moment to kind of hit me up with the logic bomb while my brains are like being, first off being distracted by these crazy visions, and secondly distracted by the crazy talking from the crazy guy.
start screaming, crazy talk, change the subject.
So,
So it's a difficulty of 6.
right. I can't come up with exactly the angle because I'm not
What's the idea you're trying to get
But the idea that I'm trying to get him to convey is that that he really is prepared for situations like this, and he needs to, he really needs to calm down and focus and rely on his training or something like that.
Okay.
That he can deal with this. He has the competency.
Well, actually, that sounds a bit like a rapport roll to try and fix it. Maybe because you're.
It does to me.
Yeah. So.
Like I said, I don't do this for. I'm not a psychologist.
Like the psychology role would be more like, what you're experiencing is post-traumatic stress disorder. You need to understand that these visions are not real. That would be like psychology, right?
Yeah, whereas I think you could use rapport, though, here. I think that would work just fine for that, to try and, bolster him and help him fix himself.
I don't want to use rapport. I don't
Okay.
have rapport. I want to use psychology because it's science, and that's something that he's trained in.
All right. Well, then we gotta change your tactics then.
Okay. You see, I kind of disagree. Like,
well, just how it was described sounded like rapport. I think it's maybe we just need to change how it's described. Put it more clinical, more analytical.
Unless I'm with you, buddy. I got your back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could recount all the cases where Argon had successfully mastered some critical situations. Those are facts. So this is a fact that he will be able to master this situation. There's no doubt about it.
That's actually what I was trying to go for, but apparently I did not communicate it clearly.
That's okay. I'm the king of not being understood, so it's fine. Well, all right, we'll go with that then. Go ahead and roll your psychology.
That's yeah. So I'm nowhere close.
Well, you've got the boost for a +2, so we're a +3.
3.
He's halfway there.
I just don't want him. All right, let's see here.
Well, remember, you're also dealing with him, so with his experiences, so you can actually plonk down some fate points on his aspects as well.
You got anything that applies?
Never next Marine.
Yeah, right. Okay, so because I'm trying to use your experiences to help you cope with this. So I do invoke that, and I'm a scientist. So in the event that he as I try to help him through this, the therapy he might start to take a turn for the worse. But I anticipated I anticipated this.
You've got
backup protection protocols.
All right,
Bring that up to a
7. Yeah.
All right, so I will change my severe consequence to parenthetical shaken. I am still shaken, however, I'm no longer seeing shit.
Yes.
I've mostly got it under control. Mostly.
Yes.
Better. All right.
Maybe we should put her in charge.
Well, Newt's already out. I mean, let's be fair. She's a survivor.
She's smarter than us.
She's smarter than a whole group of Marines. Have you seen the what was it? Aliens done as a musical?
No.
It's amazing. All right. So, all right, you've calmed down a bit. I mean, you're still freaking out a little bit, but it's not a deep-seated psychosis anymore. It's a, okay, this is something I can understand. All right, but the lights are still out completely. Even the emergency lights have been blown out by the brief firefight.
All right, back to training.
Okay, it's a
take point.
corridor without
I'll
any
take
further
point.
walls.
You guys, it's a narrow corridor. It can only get us from front or back. I'll take point.
Okay.
You guys just cover my rear.
Help me out here. So we were in a lab of some type?
Yeah.
That would mean there are chemicals and materials.
Yeah, that's what you use to build your device to protect you.
That's right. I'm willing to bet that I can figure out a way to make some sort of a reaction to make some light generating reaction.
Sure. Depending on how long you want to work at it.
All right. I'm guessing time is of the essence, so I certainly cannot spend all day doing this, but how would you judge this?
We'll just make, I think, a single overcome roll, really, to build some kind of flare or something.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a critical dramatic moment.
Yeah, and
the making of the torch.
If it gets complicated, like if you fail, then we'll add some interesting bits. But we'll say difficulty of, well, you're a scientist. Difficulty of 3, 2, 2.
Well, chemistry is not my strong suit, so I'm rolling at my default level here.
Okay.
So. Hey.
That'll do.
That'll do.
Okay. So
I think that's our first roll of over a 0 all game so far. So congratulations.
Yeah. So you managed to build some. However, they're kind of slapdash, so they won't last for long.
Okay.
That's the minor consequence of tying it.
Okay. Well.
But you build some chemical flares that you can shake up and use for light.
That's what I was going for.
It's not the best. Like if you'd been back on your ship, you'd have had all your lab and all your equipment, and you'd have had it much better then.
Right.
If you had your druthers, So, all right. So you've got your flares. You've got more light. What is your move now? I mean, technically, you've accomplished your goal, sort of. I mean, you still got to.
You took out like 2 of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Come on.
Well, and then there's still the fact that they have access to the scientists and the research that has already been done on this, so they could probably rebuild it in a few years. But I mean, technically, you've done what you said you were going to do. You could leave right now.
But there's still this kind of evil presence down here.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted to take a look, I think.
Oh, And Rob, Argon,
Yes.
when Argon has a chance to calm down, he feels an odd kinship with whatever it was that was attacking his brain.
Okay.
Like it feels familiar.
I relay
Almost.
this information.
So I think the corridor has to be clear because those guys from before ran this way, so there couldn't be some mines or something. So let's get
Well,
onward.
we know if we see their bodies that we should start being more cautious.
Yeah.
So then we're probably okay.
Okay.
All right. So as you head down, you start to hear not gunshots, but laser shots. You start to hear the snap, hiss, and the pop of lasers going off.
Those alien bastards.
And yeah, it's up at looks like at the end of the hallway. There's a door, and this seems to be the tail end, the farthest in you can go.
But we only hear the gunshots. We don't see any.
They're on the other side. They're on the other side of the door. And every so often, the black tendrils of dark energy stuff will try and get in, but it'll bounce off of the weird shield you built, Paul.
Can we tell where the tendrils are coming from?
Seems to be coming from down the hall, beyond the door. Because as you get closer to it, they become thicker and more often.
Okay, guys, into the heart of darkness, as we say on Earth.
You have a lot of strange sayings on Earth.
Oh yes, that's one resource we never run out. Okay, let's go.
That's going to be an aspect on Earth. Never runs out of weirdos. All right, so are you going in, or what are you doing?
Well, do we see those aliens firing their lasers?
No, it seems to be in the room. The door is closed, so.
Well, how about opening the door and killing those bastards?
That sounds like a solid plan.
What's the worst that could happen?
Well, don't think about the worst things. Think about good things, like we kill them all. Okay, let's do it.
Are you down with this, Paul, or are you disagreeing?
This would probably get us into trouble. So, sure, why not?
Yeah, evil aliens trying to invade, well, Martian space. Well,
wait, sorry, excuse me. So, is there like a door?
Yeah, there's a big metal automatic door.
A big metal automatic door. Okay.
And Argon, this looks familiar to you too. You don't recall ever being here, but you feel as if you've been here.
I will relay that information.
Home sweet home, then. Okay.
So if you were ever down this far in, it must not have been for very long because you don't remember it much.
Or my memory was partially scrubbed.
Or your memory is partially scrubbed, or any number of things, really.
Any number. Would kicking in the door be a good thing or a bad thing?
Yes.
Yes.
I kick in.
Well, without knowing what's on the other side, we have no way of knowing. But if we're going to do that, we should go in. If you're going to kick it in, we go in hard and we go in shooting.
Okay. All right. So, Paul, you managed to kick the door in with your piston arms and feet. It goes flying across the room. The room is basically dark, except for a couple of emergency lights that are still up, and a small group of Helians, one of whom is wielding fire, like the Human Torch.
Oh my.
And then in the center of the room is this kind of inky black cloud that's whipping out tendrils and attacking.
That's our bogey.
Attacking the Helians.
Absolutely.
They both stop when the door comes in. They both stop and apparently look at you. And you've got a three-way firefight on your hands now. So
because
go.
at the end of the day, I don't trust the inky black cloud, but at least it's not a Helion.
It's true. We're designed to kill Helians, so.
Yeah.
I figured that part of my training stuck.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and compel that. You attack the Helians.
I am great. Actually, that's a lie. That's another +2 because of my stunt. So I am +6 at shooting Helions in this case.
Well, all right then. And I imagine you'd shoot first because you said you were going in shooting. So
absolutely. Did our stress from the last conflict go away? Did that conflict end or that scene end?
That scene ended. Yeah.
So the stress goes away?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Great.
I figured there would be more interaction with the people, so I thought that scene was going to go longer than it did, but that's okay. It's part of the fun. Okay, so go ahead and roll to attack.
I just did 6.
Oh, you got a 6.
I forgot the stunt.
Right. Well, they're going to react, I guess, and that's a 2. So, yeah, you definitely nail one. For 4, does your weapon add to stress?
No.
No. Okay, so that's 4 stress.
Do you have any real weapons with stress ratings?
Yeah, those are mega stunts or something like that.
Yeah. We've learned how much weapon ratings and armor ratings can make things suck, haven't we, Jake?
It is a true statement. That said, I think Jade Punk's system of weapon rating works probably the best I've run across, where it only adds to the stress equal to the amount of extra hit you've done over. So if you do +1 over and you have a weapon rating of 4, it just adds another 1 on top of that. So it's still based around skill. We'll see. People seem to like it, and it doesn't piss me off as much as weapon and armor ratings do in some other games that I've run. All right. So who goes next?
What happened to the one Helion I shot?
Oh, he took a minor consequence and a 2 stress box.
Okay.
So his minor consequence, let's go
with...
with...
Was that the
flamer? Were you aiming at the flamer? Sorry. I
probably I would have prioritized on him because he looks like the biggest and the scariest.
Yeah, so then, yeah, the flamer, he's got a minor consequence of... Let's go with... completely off guard.
Okay. I will go ahead and give it to Sirius.
Okay.
All right, Sirius. It's a war. You might as well build an army.
Yeah. Is this a kind of lab room or something?
It's like a big operating theater. From what you can see, there's like chairs and kind of like bleachers, or benches going up the walls in a big circle around it, and in the center, where the black blob is a big operating table and a big open room with all kinds of surgical gear and stuff.
Is there some kind of fire extinguisher on the wall?
Sure, probably. That seems like it would be the place would be kept up to code. So.
Okay, so I'll grab one. If there are several, I make some copies and grab several and try to extinguish the flaming guy.
Okay.
Let's see how he likes this.
All right, so you're going to grab it and try and extinguish the flaming guy.
Yeah.
How would that work? I guess it would be a trying to create advantage. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's an advantage that, for example, for some time he cannot use his flame as efficiently as before. So I don't.
Sounds like CA to me.
He will be extinguished forever, but for long enough to kill him.
Till he can shake it off and wipe it all down. All right, go ahead and roll. He's going to try and get out of the way, obviously.
Okay.
He doesn't want to get doused in fire retardant foam.
Okay, I use combat for this because actually improvised weapons I use all the time. Fire extinguishers are great. So, eat this. This is a +5.
He got a 1. So
well,
because he's rolling terrible.
Yeah, drop and roll.
So that is you got how much?
This is with style, success with style.
Okay, so that's two free invokes on it, and the aspect. Go ahead and label the aspect.
Let's call it
like covered in fire foam or something like that.
Yeah, or yeah, let's call it doused for the moment, because it won't last, I think.
All right. And so then who goes next, Frank?
Well, how many parties are we having here? It's
there is. Well, you just doused the guy with fire. So the room got quite a bit darker. And he's got 3 Helion soldiers with him, and then there's the black blob, and then there's you 3.
Well, I don't want the black blob to go next, so he should.
Okay. So the black inky cloud starts to roil away, and you see a teenage boy in the center of it, kind of waving his arms around like a puppeteer. And the inky tendrils shoot out, and he attacks one of the Helions. So he got 0, they got 0, so it's 3 versus 5. It's 2 stress. So the Helion dives out of the way at the last possible second, and the table he was hiding, or the bench he was hiding behind, just gets blasted apart by this black tendril. Apparently it's more than just emotional damage anymore. And then we'll say it's that Helion's turn. He fires at the boy. The laser beam just seems to be eaten up by the black cloud, doesn't do anything. And then the fire foam guy, it's his turn. He pulls out a laser weapon and he shoots at you, Frank.
Yeah. Nasty bastard. Let's see.
And, well, I guess he was saving up his good luck, because that is a 5.
Okay, I try to dodge this using my athletics and slide under one of those tables or behind some of those chairs putting down there. So let's see what my athletics brings me down to a good result. Yeah, but that's not good enough. He fires a laser, so that will probably hurt me. I don't want to be hurt. So.
Well, it happens so rarely. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
What pain feels like?
Yeah, but I think I take the two physical stress. Yeah, I take it.
Okay. So you managed to dive behind the chair in time, but it burns a hole right past your head. So it's a little stressful. All right, and he is going to have his other 2 guys go. They're going to open fire. One shoots at the boy. Again, nothing happens. The laser beam just gets eaten up by the black cloud. And one is shooting at you, Argon
Okay.
with his laser rifle.
What's
3.
that? I'm going to dodge out of the way, roll to the side. Yeah,
Okay. And you got a what?
5. Superb.
Well, that'll do it. All right, Paul. You go last.
Great. I will shoot at the.
Actually makes you the most powerful person in this round.
I'll shoot at the guy, the Helion that it's covered in foam, and I'm just gonna plain shoot him.
That poor guy. Seriously, if you wanted to, he has three aspects you can ping
Yeah.
for free.
So I don't know how you're going to ping covered in foam for...
That's
help.
true. Well, he could slip.
There you go.
All right. So, well, he's going to try and avoid getting hit, because that's his move. And so he goes jumping literally across the thing towards the black ink, the kid who's controlling the black inky cloud thing. And he got a 4 to get out of the way. What did you get to hit?
I got a 2, but I'll take that. I say he slips on the foam, and I'm going to use that to re-roll actually, because.
Okay. Well, and remember, he's still got one more use on that, and a consequence.
Yeah.
Yes.
And with that, that's better. Fantastic. All right, and I'll invoke both of those. Brings it up to a 10.
Okay. 10 and versus his 4. That's 6 stress. He's already used his 2 stress. Well, he's going to use his 3 stress and then a moderate consequence. So we'll say chest wound.
All right, that's great. That sounds good.
Who goes next?
I'm going to let Argon go, believe it or not, because.
All right, evil cannibalistic shapeshifter, it is your turn.
Call?
Save the day.
Well, the Black Cloud's already doing what I want him to do, so provoking him further doesn't seem helpful. So I will go ahead and I will just am going to run up to the Helion and, kind of do a spiky uppercut thing.
Okay. Which Helion? The guy that just got shot?
Flamey guy.
Flamey guy?
Yeah, which I got superb on.
Okay, well, he got a 1. So that's how much? I'm trying to do the math.
That's 4 stress?
That is 4 stress.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, 6 stress because I'm attacking a Helion.
Oh, right, yeah, so 6 stress.
And you could use the consequence, makes it 8 stress.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Depending on what happens, I was going to narrate that usage.
Well, let's see here. He doesn't have a 4 stress box. He does have a 1, but that really wouldn't help. So he'll take a severe consequence.
No, because I am gonna, as I punch, I'm gonna go into the sucking chest wound and push my hand through there with the spikes going in there, which will take it up to 8 stress. So unless he has an extreme consequence,
he doesn't. He's taken out. Go ahead and describe it how you want.
So the fist goes in there, punches up. I actually bring him closer to my face. I really hate Helions. Fling him away from me.
He's like, I can respect that. Not too fond of my bosses right now either.
I'll give it to Cloudy Boy.
Yeah. He's dead. However, that does mean you're standing about 3 feet away from the big cloud of negative energy thing.
I'll give it to the Cloud because, well, hopefully he realizes that, the enemy of his enemy is his friend, or at least not the highest priority target.
All right. Well, he is going to. I need to double check something in Atomic Robo. Hold on. Because I know in Fate Core you can create an advantage and then use that to attack an area. if you do it right.
Well, you can just attack an area.
Can you?
You just split your shifts across the area.
Yeah. No, I'm just
Targets.
I'm trying to remember if there's a way to do it.
Yeah, in Fake Core, you just roll your effect and you spread that across all the targets.
All right. Well, he's going to
Which usually
cover
isn't very effective unless you're going against mooks. But hey.
Yeah. He is going to go ahead and create an advantage. That's his move. He's going to cover the area in life-absorbing energy.
I don't think there's much I can do about that.
Going to go black. Does anyone have actually, Paul, you might be able to defend against it. You have a device specifically designed to hold this stuff off.
Right. Sure do.
Does this energy that he's shooting out kind of feel similar to me? The same kind of similarity thing?
It's more there's a weird psychic residue attached to it. That it reminds you of how you used to feel when you were being experimented on.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's also why I'm not targeting the kid.
All right, so he's going to roll to create advantage. That is a 8. I think that'll do, unless Paul, you want to try and stop it.
I don't know what I could even defend that with.
Well, you have the device. You could probably defend with, oddly enough, engineering. Where you just
actually, it's like a shield, right?
Yeah.
I could make the case for athletics, basically diving into the middle of it and
that could work too. I guess it depends on how you want to describe it.
Well,
like
that's
either you're overclocking it, in which case then you use engineering, or you're getting into the dead center of it so it can't disperse properly.
No, that's what he would do. Getting the dead center of it.
Okay.
But a chance at that.
All right, go ahead and roll defense with athletics.
I got a fantastic result, 6.
And he got an 8. So, unless you want to invoke something.
I think as a robot, he can move faster than a normal human being. So he'll invoke that talking machine.
Okay.
Aspect. You can get that to an 8 to tie it at least.
All right, it ties, which means he gets a boost.
Actually, okay? I guess that would be a boost or aspect created, but no invokes.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with a boost. It's just going to last a half a second, and then that makes sense to me anyway. I don't know. All right, so
I will say at this point, I'll say to the rest of the people here, try not to hurt the kid. He's not the enemy. He's a victim.
All right. And then
I will
Frank.
say it publicly or verbally enough for hopefully the kid to hear me as well. That's not quite an influence thing, but
Well, if you want to do that, we can figure out a way to do that next.
I might
turn.
do that next turn.
Frank, it is your turn. Kid says.
Okay. We still have how many normal Hellions around? 2 or 3? 3.
We have three Hellions, because the leader or the fire guy is now dead.
Okay. They just saw what Argon did to their leader. Well, I think I provoked them a little bit, pointing out, look, he eats guys like you for breakfast. So you better run, drop your weapons and run, or die. I think that should intimidate them.
All right, so you're going to try and take them out with
provoke, yeah.
With a provoke. All right. That does mean you'll have to split it if you're trying to hit all 3.
Oh, okay. Then I point mainly to one. Let's say there's one already injured, I think.
Yes.
Okay. Then I pointed out.
Wait, no, because that was the fire guy who'd taken. You guys pretty much just focused right down on him.
Okay,
Let me shoot you with fire at all. It's very upsetting.
let's take simply the next, the one next to Argon.
All right.
Jacob, this is a lesson for you. When you like highlight an enemy, literally, expect focus fire.
I'm not all that picky about it, honestly. I got to describe him on fire. That's the important part. It's all fiction, really. So, yeah, he got a -1 on his willpower roll. So.
Yeah, that makes 6 shifts.
All right. 6 shifts of mental stress. He's got 2 stress boxes, so some moderate consequence. We'll say too scared to advance.
Okay.
All right, so Frank, who goes next? I believe just the Helions are left.
Yeah, so they have to go. Next.
All right.
I haven't gone.
Paul hasn't gone this round.
Oh, that's right. You haven't gone yet. So it's Paul.
But actually, it's better if they have the next go, because I don't want to let them to go.
Well, you don't want me to give 6 attacks in a row against you?
Yeah.
That's no fun. All right. The Helions are gonna go, and they're gonna focus fire on you, Robert, or on you, Argon. One of them is going to create an advantage, or try to create an advantage of getting you pinned down.
Okay.
With fire. So that is a 4.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shell up.
Okay.
This is a little bit of a thing, but I don't want to get him to pin down, and I think like dodging out of the way isn't really defending against getting pinned down.
Okay, so is that are you using your be using your power then to defend against this?
I'm using morph, so I got a 4.
So that is a we'll say a boost.
Sure.
For basically for about a little bit here, you're like, oh, whoa, hold on, what?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, right, I can stop.
Basically, what we can say is that with the speed that I had to bring up the shell, it slows me down for a second.
Yeah. All right, and then
kind of the plates are too locked up. It's like gotta undo it.
And then the next guy is going to shoot at you with intent to kill. And that also is a 4, but he's going to use that boost to make it a 6.
Okay, and probably this one I will go ahead and dodge out of the way.
That seems like a legitimate response.
Wow. And even though I am a bioengineered, I am used to this. I have learned to use my shell in this case to provide additional cover as I dodge, because that result will not stand.
Okay.
So let's try that one again, eh? Superb. Okay, I'll take the 1 stress. That's fine.
All right, so you take 1 stress. And then the last fella who's terrified, so remember he has a consequence, he's going to shoot at you as well while backing away.
Okay.
So... And apparently fear is a great motivator because he did better. That's a 5.
So as I'm kind of down and on the ground with all the clutter, I basically am crawling to a place where there's more clutter to help me.
Okay.
Holy Jesus. However, he is pretty much afraid. I got a 4, but I'll go ahead and use that boost on it.
Should we roll?
Nah, it's okay. I'll go ahead and mark off the second. A couple bullets come right by me. I don't mind taking the second stress box. That's fine.
Okay.
I'll keep the boost around, or the invoke to take him out.
All right, Paul, it is your turn.
Great. All right, so we have some Helions left.
Yep, there are three Helions left. And the boy.
The evil killer blob guy.
I'm going to... Let's see if I can...
Not evil, he's misunderstood. Would you call me evil?
Let's see if I can
Right up to
finish.
your face.
Let's see if I can finish off this Helion.
All right.
The enhanced one here. I'm just gonna shoot him up.
Okay. He's going to again. He's backing away, so he's going to dive behind one of the benches.
It's the Frady guy?
Yep. And so that is a 5.
You got a 5. I got a 2. Um,
I'd probably just let it go, man. I mean, it's up to you, but it's gonna take a good roll to get over that.
yeah.
Also, you guys are using projectile guns, so they're making quite a lot of noise in this small echoey chamber. So it's pretty loud.
Missed. I got a 2. I got a 2.
All right, yeah. There's bullets slamming into the wall all around him. It's been a bad day. All right. So who goes next, Paul? I guess technically you could make yourself go next.
Yeah.
I.
In fact, I used to think that that's what you had to do.
I will actually. I'm gonna shoot at.
The inevitable machine. It just can't be stopped.
I'm gonna shoot at the guy again. And hopefully not roll as poorly.
He's curling up under the bench as far, getting as low down to the ground as he can.
Yeah, that's a 7.
Well, that is more than 2.
Right.
So that's 5 stress.
Does he have any? Are there any?
He has a moderate consequence. And let's see. Yeah, he has to take a severe consequence.
He has a severe as well. Oh, you know what he will go ahead and do is burn that invoke.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah.
I thought you already used that invoke.
Nope.
Oh right, yeah, you.
No.
I did, and we got the other consequence out of it, so we have an invoke on that one.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about, and I have not used that one. So that brings my total up to 9.
Well, go ahead and describe how you take him out.
Well, I filled him up with a bunch of bullets, so. So the relentless assault of projectiles just turned him into a pincushion. I'd say for a fact that Helions actually bleed purple blood.
Okay.
And it just splatters everywhere. Unreasonably so, like in an anime.
Alright. I think the other 2 guys are going to concede at this point. Because their goal was to take out this kid and all of the labs, and it's very clear they're not going to do that. So their concession would be to get out alive. If that worked.
They want to get out alive.
It's horribly massacred 2 of them, like in ugly way.
I say, team, let's put this to the vote. All in favor of letting the Helions run away, raise your hand.
And the other one.
Sure, they're not our biggest problem here. They're not really our objective. Our objective is to deal with the crazy stuff, not random Helions, as much fun as it is.
Okay.
I want a Helion ship. I'd like to see how it works from the inside.
I was trying to give you an opportunity to shoot up more Helions, but that's actually how I feel about the situation.
Yeah. Okay. I'm voting with my gun. I'm shooting them in the back.
If they concede, and well, I guess technically they haven't, because Frank has decided to shoot them.
Basically what you want as a concession, Frank, is that they take fire on the way out and they're too injured to come back and be effective.
Basically, I'd like to kill them. Yes.
Well, then that's not a concession. We have to play it out.
Yeah, I think this is the point. They could leave us some kind of access to their ship, That would be nice.
All right, so as they're backing away, Sirius opens fire on them.
Yes.
So go ahead and roll it, Captain
Okay.
Sirius.
I want their ship.
So we are not. So we are not taking the concession then.
I guess not. Sirius is firing on them with the intent to murder them.
Yep. This is fantastic. That should fantastically murder them.
I got a 3.
Okay, murdered you. So let's see.
As they realize you're about to shoot at them and start running for cover again.
I mean, just because that doesn't mean they can't escape from combat. It just means that they'll have to do like an overcome to get out or whatever.
Yeah, they're basically still running back towards the door to get on the other sides of the door and then
Right.
move
They
away.
can still escape. It's just not being handled as a concession.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what did you get, Frank? Sorry.
I have a 6. Fantastic. 6.
Okay, so that is 3 stress. That's a 1 stress box and a minor consequence on one of them. And that minor consequence, we'll say, is grazed. All right, Frank, who goes next? Paul is already gone. So all that's left is Argon, the Helians, and the boy.
Okay, I think one of us should go last, so I think the boy should go next.
All right. Well, no one's shooting at him anymore.
Yep.
So he's not really sure what to do. He's just basically not conceding the fight, but he's just, I guess, biding his time. So he's not doing anything this round.
Well, he might want. Is he like maybe moving into a place where he can defend himself better, or like hiding under a table or something?
That's the point. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he'll just he'll use his tendrils to grab a bunch of stuff and build a barricade around him. So anybody who wants to try and stop him, otherwise he just has a...
Not at all.
Okay, he's got a barricade of stuff around him. And then it's the Helians' turn, and the 2 of them are going to shoot you, Frank.
Yep. I knew it.
That's a 2.
Okay, let's see how good I can dodge this. Because actually I'm trying to move closer to them with athletics. Let's see. This is epic.
Okay. And the second fella is going to shoot at you. And that is a 5. And I think I'm going to actually use one of my fate points. Because I haven't used any these whole 2 sessions, really, I don't think. So, and he will put it on his trained Helion soldier aspect to get it to a 7.
Okay, this is a tie.
Okay, so then he gets a boost on you. And that boost is... were you going to do something, Frank?
The first one has a +2 in his attack, I think. So I got a boost on the first one, and the second one got a boost on me. Is it correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, the first one you got a consequence on them. So
no, the first one's failed his roll by more than 3.
Yeah, he had a +2. I had a.
Yeah, but you were attempting to stress, so you didn't decrease the amount to get an aspect. You instead just dealt stress. With an attack.
When he attacked, he got a 7 on his defense compared to the 2 attacking.
Yeah.
So for a successful style on the defense.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got a boost. Sorry, I was misunderstanding what you were saying.
No worries.
So I think the boost is I'm up close to him, so I could grab him anytime I want, and the other one shoots me, and I have to maneuver, or he has a boost on me now.
Okay, so did you get a 7 on both rolls then for defense?
Okay. I thought just one was both, so I do the second roll. Okay. Then I have
the second guy shot at you got a 7. I think that's where I was confused.
Okay, no. The first shot got the 7. The second shot got, let's see, a 6.
Okay, so that's one stress to you.
I take it. I take the 1 stress. This is not a problem.
Okay. And then it is Argon. Your turn. You're the last one this round.
There's Helions, they're still being combative, so as long as they're here and not actively trying to retreat, I'm going to make retreat impossible.
Well, they are actively trying to retreat. You recognize the pattern. They're definitely trying to get out of here. Yeah,
they're still they're still throwing lead downrange.
Yeah.
Except it's not lead, it's actually, superheated photons. But, hey, the thought still counts. So I'm just going to kind of jump and bonk. And come with the flying fist on the one that's got the boost on Sirius.
No, well, neither of them have a boost on Sirius because that second attack was, but he did stress. So that guy?
Okay, well, the one that Sirius has got a boost on because maybe he'll let me use his boost. And
okay. All right, well, go ahead and roll it.
That would be legendary, +9.
I got a 6, so you succeed with style.
So that would be 3 stress unless you want to let me use that boost, in which case it'd go up to 5.
Oh, of course.
All right, 5 stress, and this guy already has a minor consequence. So he's going to use the 2 stress box and moderate. Thank you. Consequence. I don't know why I can never remember moderate. So that will be
concussed.
Sure. Yeah, concussed. Who goes next, Argon? You were the last, so you get to decide who gets another go.
I was last of last round. I'm going to go ahead and follow up. And Mr. Concussed guy is now, going to get the slashy backhand with the bladey part of the carapace. I haven't created advantage of this, so that's just all a description.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
That's epic. That's epic.
He got a 4, so that's, what is that? Good? No, great.
3, yes, another 3 stress.
He doesn't have a 3 physical box, so that's a severe consequence. So we'll go with sucking chest wound.
Okay.
Bit of his rib broke off and stabbed into his lung or something.
I've still got 2 free invokes to use on him next time around. I'll let him go next because I feel nice.
Okay. Well, he's still shooting Frank.
Really? He's shooting Frank.
Or shooting Sirius.
He's shooting Sirius. I'm going to provide active opposition to him.
Okay.
I am literally on top of him. As he lifts up, I'm just going to...
Well, Sirius also had the boost where he was literally on top of him, too. So you're both, literally within inches of each other.
Okay.
But yeah,
what's your skill level to oppose, Sirius?
I'll use combat, and I will use a superb skill.
Okay, well, we're both superb, so it doesn't really matter. That's fine.
Okay, let's tear him apart. So,
well, I think that would definitely qualify as an assist. Yes.
Sure.
Yep.
I think the fiction supports that. We're both pounding on him. How is he going to aim very much?
Classic attack move. So.
He got a 3 to shoot you, Sirius.
Okay. As an assist, I get +1 from you.
Yes.
Okay, then it's a superb result.
Okay. Is that... I'm trying to remember the numbers that go with everything.
So he attacked with a +2?
I got a +3.
+3. Okay, no boost, but let's see.
Okay. Let's see. He's going to have his buddy go. And his buddy's going to try and take you out, Argon.
Okay. I hide behind his buddy. I dive behind the guy that's been sliced up and
Yeah,
shot and
while
beaten.
backing away. So he's going to back up a zone and then open fire on you.
That's fine. I am dodging behind his buddy.
Okay, and that's 4 to hit. Great.
I'll give him the boost. That's fine.
Okay, so he gets a boost. That boost is a solid shot. Because it only lasts once anyway, so he's got good position.
Okay.
All right, and Paul, you can go.
All right. So, the only targets I got are the red guys, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, technically, you could shoot the kid. He's right there.
Yeah, and he's evil.
I'm not gonna shoot the kid.
Well, define any of you as anything other than evil most days. I mean, Paul is basically Skynet on the moon.
Are those? So they're trying to. Wait. So I'm sorry. Are they trying to escape?
No,
Yeah,
they tried to murder
They're
us.
doing a fighting retreat.
Yeah, they're retreating.
I'm not going to. I'm gonna let him go. I like.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. I have my weapons out still, and I have them aimed at them. But if they're just trying to get away, and they're not really shooting at me, I don't particularly care.
Okay. Are you going to do anything this round, or are you just passing it off?
Nope. I'm passing it off. Who's next?
Well, Frank, if none of you are going to attack the kid is basically just bunkering, and that's it. So, Frank, you're all that's left this round.
Okay, we have some pretty badly beaten up Helion before us. Well, I'm going to intimidate him and tell him, give us the access codes to your ship, or you will die here and now.
Okay.
Let's see how he likes it. It's a provoke, I think. So,
Yeah, but this isn't to create stress. This is to get information.
I want. It's an overcome, I think.
Well, yeah. Honestly, this is more the kind of thing that would be a contest.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But we're in the middle of a conflict, so I don't know. Thoughts? Anyone? Because again, I mean, it's all of these actions are basically like 3 seconds or shooting at people or whatever. I don't know.
I have a hard time with him shaking him down for keys to the ship while people are shooting at him.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too.
Okay. Then, well, let's.
Because you've basically stated your intention is to kill these people. That's the goal in this conflict.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Actually, okay. Then I try to take him out. Then it's an attack by provoke. He should crumble down and concede. Actually.
okay, so what are you doing now precisely?
It's a provoke. I'm trying to intimidate him that he if he wants to live, he should let his weapon down and surrender.
Well, if you just wanted him to surrender when they were trying to concede earlier, you should have pushed for a surrender concession.
They wanted to run away. I don't want him to run away.
Well, actually, they wanted him to be alive. That was their goal.
Yeah.
I want him to stay and surrender. Give me the access codes, and then we can kill him.
All right. Go ahead and roll provoke.
Okay, it's a +2 only.
Well, he got a -2, so
Oh, cool.
that's a 4 for mental stress. I believe that's a severe consequence. Or no,
This
you
guy
already
doesn't have
did.
a serious consequence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's dead, or not dead. He's taken out.
Okay, so he surrenders to Captain Sirius. That's fine.
So describe how you took him out by yelling at him.
Yeah, I'm yelling at him, and he's already panicked and losing a little bit of blood. And well, he drops his weapon and surrenders, puts his hand in a position that Helians do when they are surrendering, which I blatantly ignore, and shout at him some more. And that's basically what happens. He gets down on his knees. I'm standing above him with my gun in my hand, in a classical heroic posture. That's the turn. So, end of the round. Then next round should start with, well, the last Helion.
All right. Well, he's going to back away another zone, and he's going to put a barrier of covering fire up between you guys.
Honestly, at this point, I think if he can probably do an athletics overcome to escape, and I think he's out.
That's true. Yeah, I mean that was my.
I think he's far enough away.
Didn't know if we wanted to change the type of, because his basic goal is just to run away at this point. So he's gonna. I guess he's gonna sprint away.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I wouldn't have even attacked him if they had both been laying covering fire as opposed to shooting to kill.
Well, to be fair, Frank started it.
What? No. Never. Can't remember.
I'm not saying I blame him. I'm simply saying if they had done X, I would have done Y.
All right, and he's got a 3 to run away, so I believe that's several zones. Or it's a couple.
I'm not going to interfere with that.
Anyone going to try and catch up with him?
I'm running after him.
Of course you are. All right. So, that does mean that the person that
he catches him, because I don't think we want this to go on for another 30 minutes.
That's true.
Yeah, okay. I think it's
catch
them. To run after.
Actually, go ahead and make a roll, an athletics roll, to see if you catch up with him before he can turn on his ship's auto-destruct.
Oh my, yeah, let's see. This is an epic athletics roll. Ha! Caught ya.
How are you always on epic?
Well, he's got a +5 athletics?
Yeah.
That's true. I'm just picturing like a human chain of him hurling himself down the hallway.
So
I don't actually run, I just use myself as a human railgun. All right, so you catch him. Congratulations.
Yeah, and I'm dragging him back to the room with a blob human guy.
Okay. Well, you catch them. You've got them both. Conflict is over, and I need to use the bathroom, so I will be right back.
So, what should we do with a blob guy?
I'll talk to him. He's not our enemy.
But he's dangerous.
So am I.
I know.
He stopped attacking us when he saw us attacking the Helians. That should be enough to tell you that he's not out to kill us.
They have told you that these are your enemies. They are your enemy. Join me. I am your father.
Oh my. Paul could probably fly the Helion ship, and we don't have a kind of exit strategy until now, and now we have a possible access to a ship. So I think maybe we should withdraw using the Helion ship, and well, let's see if we could take this guy with us.
I told somebody I would get something for her. Mission is not complete.
What would you like to do? What else is to do?
Well, we know there's like several things that we need to do, right? So I've got to get my stuff from whatever computer is. Well, let's just deal with the kid right now.
Okay.
I'm going to talk to the kid. I'm going to say,
Okay.
we're not your enemies. And I'm going to go full out scary frickin' nightmare mode. Slowly, not like shocking. You know,
Okay.
I know what they've done. I know what they do. They did it to me. We are not your enemies. If you want to harm your enemies, come with us.
Okay.
We are going to make them pay.
That sounds like an overcome to kind of get him on your side.
With rapport.
Yeah. Versus his, I guess, empathy? Empathy, yeah, to figure out if you're telling the truth, probably.
I am telling the truth.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't know that. You know, like, again. He got a 2, so 2 better than 2.
I got a mediocre. Now I'm looking for other things. Well, I mean, I'm already okay. I'll invoke the bioengineered soldier. I mean, that's what I've basically done by showing him this is exactly what is going on. I know I'm one of you.
That sounds legit.
No, actually, I'm going to tell them what they did to me, and then I'm going to spend the other one because that only ties me with the uncanny visage to really show him, to get him to, you know, this is what they've done to me.
Okay, we can totally do that. And he basically comes up like, well, if you mean an end to the pain and the experiments, I'll go with you. I don't want to be here. Who wants to be here? Okay, well, I think we're pretty close to the end there, Ron. So, I mean, I'm not picturing too many big scenes left. That fight was pretty much the big showcase fight of the episode, so we should be good.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So, yeah. So, you've made a tentative friend, Argon. He'll go along with you for now, but if you ever, you know, he's definitely got some trust issues.
That's fine.
Not that you'd know anything about that. Crazy. All right.
I am your father.
No, that's not true. That's impossible.
Well, shit, I guess it's better than these guys being my father. Okay.
So you're voting for taking him with us?
Well, I
Not
mean, you guys
really.
do collect world-ending threats, so
Okay.
really, what's one more, right?
Yeah. There comes my backup Doomsday device. This is cool.
And
Actually, what I'm saying aloud is, hey, okay, you look pretty weird, but well, we are a weird bunch. So come with us, and well, you will see. You get plenty of opportunity to show what you're made of.
okay.
They're like, I am made of darkness and pain.
Well, more like he controls darkness and pain. Other
Yeah.
people's pain. He controls vampire darkness. It's the best kind.
So what do we need to get? You mentioned your personal data, your research data. Where do we find this?
Well, that would be some kind of investigation, wouldn't it?
Oh my, Paul, please.
You know, basically that it has to be somewhere on this floor, and somewhere around here. So
Okay.
this sounds like maybe a bit of a challenge.
So if this is actually supposed to be the finale, I mean, we've got a half an hour. What are we should probably figure out how we're going to wrap it up then, or accept that it's not the end of the
Well,
series.
I figure the wrap up should. I mean, you already got a big chunk of the wrap up done already. Getting rid of the nanobomb. So all you've really got to do is make sure that they can't ever make another one, and then and then escape.
Yeah.
And get the assassin stuff.
Well, yeah. But I figure that would be in the same big computer hub that
That's fine.
the information you need to destroy would be.
All
So
right, so we've got a challenge to find out where we're going.
all right, so what are you thinking? Let's talk what you guys want to do to try and figure out where the main computer hub is and what you need to do about it.
Does the kid know where the main computer hub is? He's been here a lot more recently than we have.
No, he's mostly been in cells or in the operating theater. That's pretty much his experience.
Yeah, sounds like about what my experience was.
Yeah, I was basing it off your stories. So.
But maybe the Hylians, we have two captives. They might have some kind of maps or schematics of this station because they managed to find this lab quite directly. So they might have some very accurate maps or schematics.
All right. Well, you got to search them then for their maps and schematics.
Yeah.
So that would be notice, I think.
Okay. So I'm noticing. Let's see. This is a fair result.
Okay. You do succeed at a minor cost. That minor cost is it's difficult to get to.
Okay.
Their basic plan was to blow up the whole facility and everyone in it, using mines and the like. But you can't actually get to the computer core. It's just in a sub-level that's below this one that really doesn't have an elevator to it. It just has a utility shaft with a lot of security systems.
Okay.
But the power's out.
The power is out. So outside of physical security like locks and whatnot, it will only be awkward. It won't be really, really hard.
Okay. Looks fine. Okay, I tell you guys this.
Great. Well.
Okay. What's your next step?
Let's get to it.
All right. There's going to be you're going to have to use burglary to break in through, or in some way break through or get through the locked hatch.
If these are physical barriers, that's something that Paul can deal with.
I can at least give a try at getting through it. Burglary is definitely not my specialty, but
I will say
I'm fair at it.
Well, it's a difficulty of 3 because the power's down, so it's not that hard. But it's still it's a military grade lock, so.
Yeah, it's questionable if I can get through that or not.
You could either try it or I could just bust it.
I'm okay with busting it.
All right.
Pretty sure they know we're here.
Physique? No, that's crazy talk. So physique then, I guess.
Physique.
Is physique in this?
Yes, physique is in this. I am supernatural. I am absolutely stronger than any human being because Do I still need to roll? You know what?
No.
It's fun. You know what? It's fun to roll.
Okay.
That's a superb 5.
Okay.
So
that will do. There's this horrible twisting metal sound, and then Paul is standing there with bits of the hatch in hand. Okay, and then there's this big, long, really tiny kind of tunnel leading down into another hatch at the bottom.
All right, let's go.
It's going to be quite difficult for Paul because he's bigger.
Ooh, okay.
But anybody else, I guess it's just an athletics roll.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me.
And we'll say, Paul, because you have the most difficulty with it, you have to make the athletics roll, and we'll say it's a difficulty of 4.
Okay. Well.
So I didn't need to roll?
No, you're fine.
We're doing the slowest and the loudest?
You can shape change. Let's be honest. If it's bigger around than this, you can probably fit.
I'm kind of like a cat.
Or like a ferret. Anywhere your head will fit, the rest of you will go.
I got a 4, which is a tie, and I don't really feel like dealing with consequences. So,
okay.
Actually,
don't you have like a aspect about like being made of metal or something like that?
I'm modular shipped intelligence.
I was going to say basically.
More than just a chocolate machine. I'm right.
Well, you're modular. You could take bits of yourself off.
I was going to say Great Invoke would be as he goes through the hole just gets a little bit bigger.
That's true too.
Instead of him giving, the hole does.
Yeah, I like that better. Better narratively.
So yeah, you guys all get to hear this horrible squealing sound. Like fingers on a chalkboard, but for about 15 minutes. And Paul, you can turn your ears off, so you're fine.
Right.
All right, and the bottom hatch isn't locked or anything, so it's in there. And then there's the basically big old system-wide mainframe room with stacks and stacks of memory and whatnot. So all you got to do now is...
And Robin comes down with us, right?
What?
Robin comes down with us, right?
Probably, yeah. Although I'm sure he's regretting it after that horrible, horrible noise. All right, so now all that's left is to do some computer work. If you want to get the information the spy wants, or you can just destroy the whole place.
Well, I'd like to get the information first, just to avoid.
Or avoid having an assassin after you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Are we in the know on this?
Yeah.
I don't recall him ever not telling you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You're in the know on this.
All right. Then, well, because I got skills to do something.
Please do.
So that's the computer's role of great.
Okay, that will do, because again, you're right in the center of it.
You look like the general.
Yeah.
Now, what is the data?
I'm trying to remember. We said something. Hold on. I think I wrote it down.
I just basically want to make sure it's nothing that would have a serious objection to turning over to an amoral assassin.
Other than you.
Anything that you would have an objection to, or that your character would have?
My character would have an objection to turning over to an amoral assassin.
All right. Oh,
We're
don't.
going through all this effort to, blow up a nanite bomb and prevent it from being made because, hey, giant WMDs are bad. I don't necessarily want to give somebody a different WMD.
It's mostly information on locations of things and people.
Okay, fine, whatever.
And also an erasure of her data.
Oh,
Basically,
yeah, totally.
Erasing her from all systems.
Yeah, I'm totally down with that. Yeah, going off the grid, and hey, Paul, while we're in there, if you can erase a little bit about me and Robin, that's awesome, too.
Well, your whole plan is to destroy the mainframe when you're done anyway. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's true. However, what if they're storing this if they have a backup somewhere? We're at the computer hub of this base.
Well, this is the computer hub for the whole military.
Right.
This is their secret, basically their secret backbone that contains their dark net.
Yeah, but they have to have a backup somewhere.
Probably.
Because why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they?
I doubt they'd have backup for the information stored on Center. Like their experiments here would probably not have backups outside of here.
Oh, well then, never mind then.
Because this is a secret base. Like they're doing things that are hugely illegal here. But yeah, they'd have backups for all of their really important stuff, like chain of command stuff and logistics stuff.
And I thought we would blow up this place anyway. Won't we? Change of
Right,
plans?
because blowing up stuff is fun.
Yeah. Well, we came here for it.
And I got a real hate on for these guys, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine by me. The Helians have a great plan, putting down some mines that don't need power to ignite, and, well, use them.
I'm just saying, I mean, even like blowing up the computers, I think we have 3 people that whose specialty seems to be causing, large-scale destruction. I don't even know if that's a role. It's like you don't have to roll to walk down the stairs and fake. It seems about that level.
Well, yeah, you only need to roll when things are at risk.
We need to roll. We would need to roll to not blow up the mainframe.
What?
That's where I've been going wrong as a GM. I should have been asking you to roll to not do things.
But that's crazy. Why wouldn't we?
I need you to roll to not shoot these people. I need you to roll to not murder everyone inside. All right, so yeah, you get the information you want. Now it's up to you. Are you guys blowing it up, or are you erasing it, then blowing it up, or are you just erasing it? What is your...
We're blowing it up, but you can never be too careful, so I'd erase data first.
Okay.
I think it makes sense to make sure that there's no extra copies somewhere, backups, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, yeah, we could blow up the server, but I mean, even in this day and age, blowing up one server just means that they use the backup somewhere else. So I can't imagine this is any different in the future.
Well, again, the Helians have enough mines and whatnot to blow up the whole base. Should you feel like it?
Oh,
there could be backup copies stored elsewhere. I'm just saying we should at least do a cursory examination to make sure there aren't. Then we can blow up the whole base.
Okay. Somebody roll computers versus difficulty of 5.
Also known as not me.
I believe in you.
Let's see here. All right. So I need to do really good because I'm out of fate points. Success.
That'll do.
That is a 7.
You do actually find a backup, but it is still linked into to the network, so you can erase it from here.
Great.
In fact, I'll go ahead and say you do, because that's a good roll. That's solid. All right. So what is your exit strategy?
Well, we've got a non-blown up ship. We have a lot of mines. I'm thinking get to the ship, set the mines to blow, have the ship exploding in the background as we fly off with the 2 surviving Y-wings on our side.
Okay.
And I really like to interrogate both captives how they knew about this special lab with the blob guy, and how they knew and how they knew how to obtain this schematics for this station and so on.
Well,
I want to know more about this.
They were given the information. They don't know where it came from.
Okay. Maybe it's on their ship.
Probably not. Again, they're just soldiers. They were. I imagine the Helions have a big spy network, just like the Martians and everybody.
Okay.
I mean, that seems legit. But yeah, they don't know where it came from specifically, or how the information was gotten, because that's not their job. Their job was to come in and blow it up.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. But I do like to take them with us.
Okay. I'm sure they would appreciate not being blown up.
Yeah, I think. But I'd really like to at least salvage some juicy parts of their ship for our ship. Maybe we could do some kind of technological merge. This would be nice.
Okay, that's going to take time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to recall, your entrance wasn't that silent. It's entirely possible there's a fleet of ships coming here.
Oh my. Okay, let's hurry up.
Well, good thing we're leaving.
So yeah, you guys set up the mines with very little difficulty. I'm not going to teach my grandmother how to suck eggs, so you guys set up the mines. The difficult part is getting out quick enough to not get noticed or chased by the impending Martian fleet.
Okay.
So I guess we'll go with athletics and then a pilot. Athletics to get to the ship quickly enough because you still got
to. Who's the lowest athletics? Because we should probably. I mean, I'm assuming this is the lowest and the slowest and loudest.
Yeah.
So who's the lowest athletics? Because it ain't me.
I have +5, superb.
Ain't you.
I have +5, superb.
All right, it's all of us. We've been rolling good today.
All right.
Actually, who has the most fate points to spend if we need them?
Yeah, not a problem. I create some dupes to carry everything like our bound prisoners and so on, and then let me do the athletics roll.
He builds the human rail cannon. All right.
Okay, this is a superb roll. What did I need?
Well, superb will do it. That's basically the goal is just to get up the elevator shaft and to your ship in time to be able to pilot it out before the fleet shows up.
Yeah, and good that we left the cable there.
Okay, and Paul, I imagine you're going to be flying the ship.
Yep. Let's hope I don't botch this roll.
Okay. It's going to be a difficulty of 4 to get out of here in time.
Could I assist you a little bit? I have some vehicles experience, and I could create the rest of the crew if you need one.
Sure, you can assist. Go ahead and create advantage if you'd like.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Please.
I created advantage using vehicle and the rest of my duplicates. This is great.
Well, if you're just using your other duplicates, what you can do is create advantage with your duplicate power.
Yeah. Actually, this is this doesn't have a separate skill.
Oh, it doesn't?
It doesn't. No.
I always forget.
Okay, this is simply a great advantage for vehicle skill. That means all stations manned, so you don't have to do everything by yourself.
Okay. And
Great.
Paul, go ahead.
Alright, so my pilot of vehicles is a 4, I believe, yes. Alright.
Yes.
Alright.
That'll do. All right. And if you use the all stations manned aspect, that'll succeed with style, which will get you out of there before they even recognize that there was a ship there.
I certainly do that.
All right. So you go swooping up off of Phobos as the rock itself starts to break apart from the explosions. So the moon is now a bunch of small asteroids.
Mars has rings.
And yeah, you do catch that there was a fast attack fleet on their way to check out the moon.
Oh,
Not fast enough.
All right, so you link back up with yourself.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
and there's did August leave? I'm trying to remember if August left.
No, she should be on the ship, I think.
Yeah, so August is still there, as is what's his name, the weapons dealer.
He's in Code Freeze.
Yeah, well, so they're all there, and she's like, well, looks like we're starting a menagerie.
Oh yeah, we have two Hylians to put in code freeze, and we have managed to freeze some weirdo. And would you marry me again?
She punches you right in the mouth.
This is not a no. This is cool. This is not a no. Okay, so it's a maybe.
All right, and I think that's a decent place to end it.
End it with Sirius getting punched in the mouth.
Well, it's kind of how it started.
That's a maybe, right? That's not a no. That's a maybe. So you'll think about it, and it like fades out as the scene goes to black and credits roll.
All right. Well, that was Fractured Soul. How did it work for you guys?
Pretty good.
Great.
I know there were a couple issues as we went along.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice to finally get a stable cast. Things happen, right?
So how many unstable people were there before I joined?
Well, I generally view almost all player characters as unstable.
Players, not characters.
No, there were two people that came through, and actually there was a third one that was going to play, but he never showed up.
Yeah.
But it's it's all in the past. People have lives. But
yeah, well, if you guys want, we can keep gaming. I'm kind of done with this bit for now, but I do have a couple other games I'd like to play or like to run.
Sure, maybe I could run something even possibly.
Well, if you would like to, there's a game I'd love you to run. It's an old school Renaissance style game. It's called Exemplars and Eidolons. It's basically everything I wanted Exalted to be, but done with basic D&D.
Nice.
And it's pretty fantastic, and it's free, which is the thing. I did a review of it. It's the only review I've ever put up on the internet. So that'll tell you how much I like the concept.
Yeah.
It's by the guy who did what is it? That space opera OSR game.
Hulks and Horrors?
No.
Stars Without Number?
It's what is it called? It's the one everybody's always telling me about. Hold on.
Seen it more in the games?
Microscope? I don't know. No, Microscope isn't that. Well, that wouldn't be it.
Hold on. I'll look it up. It's Stars Without... No, not Stars Without Number. Maybe. Hold on. I'm right there.
Explorers?
It's Stars Without Number. That is the name.
Okay.
Stars Without Number, and that's a pretty great OSR sci-fi game. But Exemplars and Eidolons is like 40 pages long, and it's just a brilliant kind of high-powered game, high-powered sandbox game powered by old school D&D.
I'd check it out. I don't know how I feel about running that, but I might be willing to run something.
It's the one I want to run too. So if you don't want to run it, I want to run it.
Well, I just know you bitch about never getting to play and always having to GM. That's why I threw it out there.
That's a true statement. But yeah, if you want to run a game, I certainly would play it. No doubt. I have all kinds of games. So.
Yeah. Well, why don't we just throw a couple ideas out there and see what people think and go from there.
Okay. Well, yeah, I've got two ideas I'd like to go with at some point. I'd like to do a Exemplars and Eidolons game, kind of set on 15,000 years ago on Earth, when magic was still big and everything, and you guys would be the main characters, basically, the big dogs in the setting, trying to help people build up society, build up technology, do the things necessary to help people. I've even got most of the campaign kind of written out because it kind of writes itself. And the other one I had was just a a Wild Talents game set on modern Earth. Everybody gets superpowers, and I really like Wild Talents. So those are my ideas.
Yeah.
If anybody else had any other ideas of what you'd like to play next.
I mean, I'll throw out a couple things. I mean, I'm
Um,
always down for, an Apocalypse World thing or pretty much any Fate-inspired thing, or even, using the slot to start up a kind of open table type game, but, whatever.
Well,
yeah,
I could.
I'll let you guys know. I just started playing in a campaign that starts at 3 o'clock my time on Sundays. With the Worldwide Wrestling role-playing game.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
I'm having a whole bunch of fun. Huh? Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Having a whole lot of fun doing it. But I don't know if I could do 2 games, particularly if that game that goes. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to put in the 7 to 9 slot because I jumped at the opportunity to play something. So
Yeah.
we'll see. In the event that I can, speaking of Apocalypse World Powered Games, have you ever heard of Souls of Steel?
No.
No.
It is in beta playtest. It is a military fantasy squad game. It's focused on relationships, in the vein of, say, Top Gun, Gundam, Pacific Rim, and it doesn't have anything. The vehicles in the world isn't specifically set. You determine that. You world build, but it's in beta right now, closed beta. And actually did I did a particular a fantasy hack called Worm Legion, or Souls of Scale, where instead of flying fighter jets, or running mecha, everybody was rode wyverns.
Mhm.
And there's also, and I'm sure you guys have heard of Blades in the Dark.
Yeah,
I've heard about it. I haven't actually
Yeah.
seen anything with it.
Yeah,
I
that game.
haven't read it or anything, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, that game exploded. Yeah, I supported it on Kickstarter.
The other one that I saw as far as Apocalypse World's hacks, that's kind of interesting to me, but I think this would be very polarizing. Either people think it's the most awesome thing or just be like, yeah, whatever, is No Rest for the Wicked.
I don't know that one.
That's
Yeah,
the
I don't know.
Apocalypse World hack based on Borderlands.
Oh, I'd be down.
So if you like Borderlands, you'd be like, oh my god, best thing ever. Otherwise, you'd probably be like, what?
Borderlands is kind of my go-to zone out game when I just want to not really focus on anything.
Right.
It's Diablo. That's really what it is.
It's first-person shooter Diablo. That is exactly what it is.
Huh.
Well, we can we still have the group, so we can use that to discuss it and figure it out, and
And I'd be down with playing in an Apocalypse World games. I've played in a couple, but I've never really done a long-term campaign.
Yeah.
And by long
So
term, I mean more than 3 sessions. So
I don't think I've ever done a particularly long one either, so it'll be interesting to see how it works out. Cool.
So those are the ideas. We can throw them down in the group, and if you can't, I know I can't make it next weekend because I have a gig this week up through Sunday. So, but after that, my weekends are fairly free for a while.
yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Well,
Great.
I will let you guys go. We'll figure it out. I know Ron's got a hard stop, so we'll go from there.
All right.
Okay.
Good game, guys.
Hey, good.